It's time I bring to you a 49ers all-defensive mock draft. Smash that like button and let's get to it, baby. What's going on, 49er faithful? It's your boy, WayneBreezie. It's mock drafting season, and don't worry, it will be over soon because the NFL draft is on April 24th. This episode, we are going to address the defense. I feel like the 49ers could use all 11 picks on defense. So let's get this mock draft going. But before we do, say hello to our partners over at residency.com. Use the promo code SFBreezie, right? And you can save on your total purchase. It's right there. It's right there. Don't forget to hit that like button. And if you're new to the channel, go ahead and subscribe, baby. Come on and join me over here on the Breezie Bunch. Become a member of the Breezie Bunch crew. Support the stream. Let's get to it. I got this mock draft uploaded, ready to go. All right, we're going to do 7 rounds like we normally do, and we're going to get this popping for sure. All right, so let's go ahead and get to it. I got everything set, everything down the middle, the sliders. We're going to do 11 picks. I'm not going to look to trade back unless I feel like we need to trade back to gain more defensive players. Right now, we're set to have 11. Let's keep 11. Not trading any players. Let's get into it. We're entering the draft. We are on the clock, and let's just see how the board falls to us. All right, off the bat, one of my favorite players, Jihad Campbell, or Jihad Campbell, gone. Now, my top 3 defensive players were 1, 2, 3. Carter, Graham. Oh my gosh. Carter, Graham, and Travis Hunter. Top 3 gone. Just like that. Like, you can't make this stuff up, right? All right. So the top 3 are gone, and it is what it is. We just got to keep moving on. Now, this is an all defensive draft, so we're going to focus on the defense. You can see the Jacksonville Jaguars said they've been watching my show. They took Jahdae Barron. All right. So he's gone. And then Jihad Campbell is gone. So I'm going to take the best defensive player available to address the needs first. Our needs are our defensive line and corner. Our needs are defensive line and corner. So I want to put that out there. We're going to address the needs first. We're going to stay away from the offensive players in this draft. Right now, it's coming down to Mike Green, Will Johnson, James Pierce Jr., Donovan Ezeraku, Kenneth Grant will be the top 5 defensive players on the board. For me, I think we need to address that defensive line. I know we could get a corner a little bit later in the draft that can do what we need to do, although I do love Will Johnson, but the pick for me is going to be Mike Green. We'll get the edge rusher, the guy that finished the season with 17 sacks. So I'm not going to sit there and question it. It is what it is. And we're going to get to round 2, second round, pick 43. Now, this is where it gets tricky because I said we need to address, we're going to address the needs based off of PFF, all right? So we'll start there. Now, we did go defensive line. We went edge. Let's just check to see if there are good interior guys that are valuable at pick 43, all right? Now, some of us don't like, I know the faithful, you look at some of these guys, Shamar Turner, people aren't high on him, right? People aren't high on Shamar Turner. They look at his grades. What do you get from Shamar Turner just by looking at his grades? I can tell you what I get from him by looking on the football film. I know that he's going to be here to help stop the run. All right, he's going to be here to help stop the run. He's 6'4", 300 pounds. At pick 43, yeah, let's see what the trade is available. I can move back 5 spots and potentially still get him and get better value. The question is, if I trade back, can I get pick 98? If they give me pick 98, I'm all in. Now, I want to make sure that I secure this trade, so I'm willing to give up a 7th rounder. It gives me a little bit more of a chance. I know people don't want to get rid of picks, but I'm gaining an extra top 100 picks. I'm gaining an extra 3rd round pick, which is swapping comps. All right, let's just see what happens. The Dolphins accepted the trade. Now, people don't like when I trade for some reason. I don't understand. I guess my trades are a little bit perplexed, and they're out there. Let's just see who went off the board. Xavier Watts, one of my top 5 safeties, is gone. JT Tuamalo is gone. Princely, your man Malian is gone. All right, so good. Now I can sit here and I can say safely, I can go linebacker. Carson Schwezinger is up here. You're gonna get a surefire tackler when it comes to linebacking. Oh man, you want to talk about run defense is good, coverage grade is average, but this kid is a surefire tackler. You see that missed tackle rate 7.6%. That is relatively low, which has it high. The lower the number, the better, right? All right, so I actually like that. And you can see that it's in the blue. What do you get from him? You just get an overall good football player that I feel like can cover and can play the run. So he's very balanced when it comes to that. But I do see Trey Amos out there, and I don't know why I would pass on a corner this high. I could get Trey Amos in the second round and potentially land a defensive tackle a little bit later. I know everybody wants me to go defensive tackle here, I'm sure, but this is what I like from him, man. Look, that completion percentage, run defense is good, his coverage grade is good, so he's balanced, right? He's balanced. I like the size that he has out there, has pretty decent speed as well, 6'1", 190, all right? He's a speed guy. I think he ran a 4.445 in the NFL Combine. I take it. Like, to me, this would be a solid pick, but I do understand. Do they want to go more grit, more man up guy with the Suvon Revel, who I don't think is as so. Plus, he's coming off the injury, so I kind of would probably stay away from him. I do like Braden Swinson on the edge, but I already addressed the edge. So right now, I said I want to address the needs first. The need is cornerback. The pick is going to be Trey Amos, and I'm going to try to see if I can take my chances on getting an interior guy in round 3. I got 3 third-round picks for the San Francisco 49ers, and look how God works. The guy that I want is available. I don't even have to argue it. You know, you want a 300-pounder, you want a run defender, pass rush run rate at 10.1%, not the highest from an interior guy, but dang, it's high up there, all right? Run stop rate is where I'm going with this, 11.4%. That dude is screaming through the roof. He is going to be brought in to stop the run. 6'2", I think he listed at 6'3" at the NFL Combine, 317 pounds, fits the 4.3. This is what I like, man, 31.5-inch arms. I could dig it, okay, for sure. Hella athleticism. You've seen it. Matter of fact, where's my athletic chart, man? I got to stop cheating. I forgot that I have my own chart that I made that you guys can subscribe to the Patreon for $1 and you'll get the chart, man. And it'll give you all their athletic scores, grades, all that good stuff from the NFL Combine. And I'm starting to update it with their pro day times as well. So this is an upgraded chart. Now, I said defensive lineman, so CJ West, all right. He ran a 4.95, 173 split. Give it to me, baby. He is 6'1", 316 pounds. That's what I like. You know, he also, if I'm not mistaken, he benched 28 reps on the bench. I don't have his pro day numbers off the top of my head. I'm sure he's still tested through the roof. But for me, the pick is in because we need to address the interior of the defense. So I got a wild pass rushing, run stuffing defensive tackle, not named Walter Nolan. Like, go figure. And I got a CJ West in round 3. That might be the steal of the draft, ladies and gentlemen. And this is what happens. We're going defense first. All right. Back on the clock again at pick 98. All right, pick 98. Now, this is the pick we got in the trade with the Miami Dolphins, which is good because I see my safety there, and I'm not going to go away from the safety that I like. So I'm addressing the safety position here. Safety out of Texas. I've talked about Andrew Makuba. He is an all-around fire missile out there, man, that will come on the football field and just drop bombs everywhere he goes. He's looking to lay people out. I understand he has a small frame size, 6 feet, 190. Don't let that fool you. He's not afraid to make a big hit. He's not afraid to dive in there. But what I do like about him is he can play the deep safety. So if you want Malik Mustafa, who has a bigger body frame, to play out there, cool. He can also slide in and play in the nickel position. All right. So look, Andrew Makuba is the pick for me. I hope he's the pick for you. Ooh, this is moving right along, and we are back at our regular pick. Now, I see a bunch of offensive players here right now And I don't want to sit here and draft out of reach. I do want to address the interior. We do need a linebacker. We are at pick 100. I want to see what happens if we can move back a little bit, though. I see Tennessee's willing to move back. Let's see if we can move back a little bit. We trade pick 100. We'll take 103, right? Let's see if we can get pick 141 in this trade. It doesn't look like they're looking to give that up. What about pick 167? It's a Kansas City pick. It looks like they might struggle with that. But they definitely will give up pick 188, which will give us a 6th round pick, something that we don't have in this draft anymore. I actually like this, so we'll give up 100. We'll get 103, move back 3 spots. I can probably get the linebacker that I want, and we'll gain Dallas's pick 188. And, I want 178 because I'm a little greedy. I like to draft a little bit higher than normal, right? So going from 160 and then drafting 18 spots later, you sign me up for that. If I want to see, this is a 75% chance, so it should go through. Boom. We're going to resume, and let's see who went. Dorian Strong went. Castro went. Latham. So 2 safeties. I started the safety run, as you can see, with Andrew Makuba here. I started that safety run, then Castro, then Lathan Ransom went, and I see my I already got the cornerback that I want. Ooh, God, this is tough. All right, where do I pick? I'm 103 and 113. Sugar snaps. All right, 103 and 113. I feel like I can do some stuff right now. All right, so I talked about getting a linebacker. I want to get a linebacker that I know that's going to be good against the run and can cover, all right? I don't need my linebacker blitzing at the line of scrimmage. I feel like they can utilize D. Winters this year like that. He has that speed. But we're also talking about Jeffrey Bossa, who also has the speed, 6'2", 235. And when I talk about speed, man, this dude has the speed as a linebacker. I believe he ran at the combine. So let me go ahead and get his times up for you guys so you can see. So he 6'1", 232 is what he is as far as his combine measurements. And we'll go with those because those are more official. He has an 8.03 RAS score. He ran a 4.63. But what I like about him, his straight line speed is not good, but his lateral speed is great. All right, his lateral speed. Now, let me check and see what other linebackers are available. Barrett Carter's there. Kaiser. I don't feel like he has the athleticism. I do like Kobe King. Cody Simon is there. Stutzman is there. Higgins, Buchanan. If you want the guy that tests through the roof, it's Buchanan. But I think we're going to go Jeffrey Bossa here. Just to take a look what he does. 11 run stops, all right, on the season. Completion percentage he allowed 73.9%. Forced 3 incompletions. He can play in the slot. He can play in the box. He plays on the line. This will be a solid pick for the San Francisco 49ers. And you know what? If I end up drafting a couple of ducks, I draft a couple of ducks. All right, my pick is in. Jeffrey Bossa, linebacker from Oregon. Are we moving and grooving, baby? Now, I said I might draft a couple of Oregon Ducks, and I already know I went with interior guy, but why not make the interior something different this year? Why not make the interior super solid? Why not get 2 big run stuffing mofo low downs around towns? Now listen, when you put on the film of the Oregon Ducks, yeah, you're looking for Derek Harmon. You're gonna see Jordan Birch out there on the edge, but let's not sleep on this big nose tackle, 340 pounds. 317 and 340, you put those 2 guys together, man, like how are you running? And if you trust your exterior as far as what you're doing out there, you're good, right? Nick Bosa, we drafted Mike Green. That's very powerful, all right? Jamari Caldwell would be a solid pick for the San Francisco 49ers, especially in the interior. He can play nose tackle if you're running a 3-4 defense, he can play the 3 technique, you play the 1 technique, he can play the techniques that you need him to play in a 4-3 front. If you go odd man front, you can go big on one side, little on the other side. I like this. And they got the rotation of the smaller Kevin Givens. You can move Sam Okwuaninu out there on the inside as well. I actually think Jamari Caldwell will be a great fit for the San Francisco 49ers. Just looking at his run defense, his pass rush win rate is pretty decently high. His run stop rate is pretty decently high. All right. And this is what he does. He can rush the interior because he has the quick moves as a big guy. He has great footwork as a big guy. So Jamari Caldwell is the pick. I said I was going to draft a couple of Ducks. I was not lying to you. We have pick 138. 147 and 160. So let's close out round 4. Now remember, for those that are just tuning in, don't get your panties in a bunch. This is an all defensive draft. All defensive draft, all right? I'm not looking to trade any more picks, but I do understand right now we're going to probably double up at some of the positions, okay? We're going to double up at some of the positions because that's just the way that the draft board is falling, and I'm going to look to draft at sometimes best players available, all right? Best players available. Zy Alexander, another corner. Why not bring another cornerback in here who's really good in zone coverage, right? We see guys struggle when they're switching from man to zone, so why not get the zone coverage guy out there that is really good? A 43.5% completion rate, which is not even close to 50%. Well, it is close to 50, but it's less than 50, and I like that. I like that. He gave up 2 TDs, but he does have 2 interceptions, and he's only allowed a 53.2 passer rating against quarterbacks. Like, this is amazing. He's an outside corner, and again, the Niners like to play that quarters type of defense, zone defense, all right? And he had his best game against Ole Miss, and Ole Miss got one of my favorite wide receivers in Trey Harris. Like, I don't know how I'm going to look away, but Zy Alexander is there, and again, this is an all-defensive draft. For those that are watching, if you go, why you got 2 quarterbacks? Hey, I'm drafting as many defensive studs as I can get. We will not be addressing any offensive players in the draft. All right, we're at pick 147, and I already got a safety, but I see one of my top safeties up here, Billy Bowman, available as well. I am going to scroll down. I do want to see, I was going to try to get him as an edge rusher, but it looks like the Panthers took Tyler Barron. I was definitely going after Tyler Barron. I feel like the interior is pretty solid, but I am going to look to get another edge rusher out there. I missed on my top edge rushers out there, right? So I missed on a couple of those guys, but I do see RJ Oben there, Ja Joyner from Minnesota. I like Tyrion Ingram Dawkins. You know, you can look at these grades right here, and you could be like, nah, if you're basing it off of just what you see as far as grades, fine. But I got to see him in person at the Senior Bowl. You watched him at the Combine. Very athletic guy out there. He was always finding ways to get to the quarterback. I think the one thing I like about Tyrion Ingram Dawkins is just he plays with a high motor. He plays with a high motor. But there are definitely some edge rushing studs out there. Here's a quick recap of who we addressed. We got Mike Green, Trey Amos, CJ West, Andrew Makuba, Jeffrey Balsa, Jamari Caldwell, Zy Alexander, and we have 2 5th-round picks, a 6th, and 2 7ths left to go. All right, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 more picks. I feel like right now the pick that I should grab is Billy Bowman Jr. Because you can put Andrew Makuba in the slot and have Billy Bowman Jr. play your deep safety if need be. 4.5 speed from Billy Bowman Jr. Really like what I see. He does have a high missed tackle rate, and that's probably why he's rated very low. And I know a lot of 49er fans are going to be like, no, stay away. Okay, I'm going to stay away from him. We can't deal with the missed tackles. Definitely think he's going to be a good prospect. I think those missed tackles can be helped. And then I might have to trade back. I might have to trade back. I don't want to address the interior again. But if we go interior, why not get another run stuffing guy, all right? Who's also great when it comes to the pass rush. Simeon Barrow Jr. is going hella unnoticed, and I'm not really understanding why. Why is he not getting enough talk out there on the football field? Wasn't invited to the NFL Combine. Don't see his stuff up here on my chart. But just looking at what he did, you can see you playing the A gap, the B gap, over the tackle. That's nose, right? He could play outside as well as an edge. The versatility there, he's screaming. He has a pass rush grade of 72.1, a run defensive grade of 84.0. Look at the pass rush run rate. From a defensive tackle position, it's 11.3. That's higher than our CJ West. right? That's higher than CJ West. 7.8 run stop grade right there. I'm going to draft another interior guy at pick 157. I told you we're going to load up defensively, baby. All right, we are on the clock at pick 160. So 13 spots later, we get to drop back. And I said I wanted to get another linebacker. And Kobe King is going to be the linebacker because I like the way he plays all over the football field, right? I like the way he's able to fly all over the football field. So when I think of linebackers, he screams 49ers linebacker. He's 6'1", 248. Sounds familiar, right? He's not 6'3", not as tall as Fred Warner, but the size is there. And he looks to bring the boom. Not even going to lie. Kobe King's not really being talked about a lot. 6'1", 236 is where they have him listed as from the Senior Bowl. Is a lot lighter. He did not run in the Senior Bowl. I will have to look for his pro day stats, but the pick is in right now. It's going to be Kobe King, linebacker out of Penn State. See, and that sucked because I see Cody Simon, Danny Stutzman, all these guys still available for me to draft at the linebacking position. All right, the linebacking position. Now, I did not double up at safety, and I'm at pick 178, which is my only pick in the 6th round. And so I see a safety on the board, and I'm going to talk a little bit about Caleb Ransall, who is probably the most athletic safety out there. I don't know if they got him playing safety. They got him playing corner at the Senior Bowl. So I'm looking for Ransall's name right now. So let me just see where they got him. Ransall. They got him listed as a corner from Tulane. He was also at the Senior Bowl, and these brothers stood out. I'm not even going to lie. They definitely stood out. They got him listed as safety because he can play safety. All right. You got to go back to that 2023 season. I know we're going to look at, his 2024 season and be like, oh, he didn't grade well. Cool. No problem. Here's what I do know. He ran, I think, at his pro day and ran through the gym like so fast, right? Literally ran through the gym. But you're taking a risk. You're getting a fast safety in the 6th round. And so when I think of 6th round picks, I'm looking for one trait that stands out. I'm not looking for a diamond in the rough. You got to think about when we drafted Huff, what stood out about Huff? It was his ability and knack for the ball, right? This kid plays speed football, in my opinion. I think he'd be a solid fit for the San Francisco 49ers. So Caleb Ransall, they got him listed as safety, but can play nickel, all right, in the corner position. So here we go. Caleb Ransall is the pick. All right, our 2 7th round picks. I'm looking for players that are going to be able to contribute on special teams. So don't be mad if I triple up at a position or double up at a position. It is what it freaking is at this point. And I have 2 picks. And so I think I'm going to triple up here at the linebacking spot. I shouldn't, but I feel like I need to because he can play on the defensive line. Teddy Buchanan has the speed to rush the passer. All right, speed to rush the passer. On a 9.2% missed tackle rate. All right, so, 10 missed tackles on the season. That's a lot of missed tackles, in my opinion. Doesn't mean that the goal linebacker already addressed another safety position. Craig Whitson is still available. Boom, boom, boom. Malachi Moore. I'm not going to go 3 safeties in this draft. Hunter Wooler. Ooh. Not going to go another interior guy. Let me just see if there are any edge rushers still available. I only got one. Oh, yeah, they are. Okay, so I knew I was looking. So Ethan Downs is another player that I had good grades on. I do like Fidel Diggs, though, out of Syracuse. Don't get it twisted. But you can see his pass rush run grade, his run grade, pretty daggone spot on. Pass rush run rate, though, 13.9%. Not as good against the run. Probably gives up some explosive plays on the ground. Does have 3 sacks. He is listed as an edge rusher. He is the bigger edge rusher. He is the guy that can set the edge. Don't know how much of a problem that might be. I feel like we got the Mike Green, so I don't want to draft 2 players that are kind of like in the 250, 6'4", 240 range. I do like Johnny Walker. I feel like he has a little bit more weight to him. All right, at 255, which is where they got him listed. I do like Fidel Diggs, but when you look at his body frame, 6'5", 261, but he plays with tremendous speed off the freaking edge. Tremendous speed off the edge. He ran a 4.57 at 257 pounds. That's where he weighed in at the NFL Combine. 257. I like that, man. I don't know how I can pass up on a guy like him with a 83.2 pass rush grade and a 15.1% pass rush win rate. Struggles against the run, understand that. But as far as a pass rusher, I'm looking for players with specific skill sets. And the pick is in. It's going to be Fidel Diggs out of Syracuse. You're going to see me mock draft him a lot. You're going to see me mock draft him a lot, all right? We got one pick left in the 7th round. Again, for those that are just tuning in, like, what the hell is Breezie doing? This is an all defensive draft for the 49ers. All defensive draft for the 49ers, all right? Now, I went edge on that last pick. I got a safety in Caleb Ransall. What position do I feel like I need to double up on? We got 2 edges. We got a corner, 2 corners. We got 2 good corners, too. We got 1 interior, 2 interior, 3 interior guys. We've got 2 linebackers, and I believe we got 2 safeties. And so I'm going to probably go best player available on the defensive front, which looks like his linebacker, Jalen Walker. I don't think we need to draft another linebacker here, but can he play off ball? That's going to be the question. You can see he's good against the run. He's good in the pass rush grade. He had 13 missed tackles. All right, so 13 missed tackles, a lot of missed tackles out there on the edge. Not really something that I'm too keen on, but another Indiana player, CJ West, will he approve him? That's going to be the question. I'm just scanning the list, seeing who else is available out there, seeing if any outliers might outlie out there. Shamari Simmons from Arizona State. Nicholas Martin is a fast, speedy linebacker that the San Francisco 49ers actually have interviewed. Shamar James, another linebacker. Jabbar Muhammad. I'm not going to draft another Oregon Duck, but man, that's another player. Marquise Siegel, another one. Thor Griffith is there. All right, we're going to go. Let's get the 3rd linebacker. Let's get Jalen Walker in here for the 49ers. I don't care about the PFF grade right here because this is an all defensive draft, so we definitely didn't address some of the positions they wanted offensively, even though this has probably been the best feedback I've ever gotten. Great job. That's a good looking draft. We didn't draft one offensive player, but here's the recap. We went Mike Green. All right. Like, this is blowing my mind, right? So we went Mike Green, Trey Amos, okay, CJ West, all right, Jeffrey Balsa, Jamari Caldwell, Zay Alexander, all right, Simeon Barrow Jr., Kobe King, Caleb Ransall, Fidel Diggs, Jalen Walker. Believe it or not, they gave us an A- in this mock draft, believe it or not. This has been amazing and fun, all right, ladies and gents. This has been an all-defensive 49ers mock draft. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section. I had a blast. I hope you had a blast. These are for fun. We'll be doing an all offensive one soon. So get ready, get ready, get ready. I'm your boy, the WayneBreezie. Don't forget to smash that like button. If you're new to the channel, click on subscribe. And if you want to support the channel, become a member of the Breezie Bunch crew. Thanks for watching.
What's up, faithful? Thanks for watching. Hit that like button. Don't forget to subscribe. And make sure you check out some of the other cool videos.